Hi, I'm Candy from candycooper.com, and in this video I'm going to show you the basics of making your own ear wires. Let's get started. The reason I like making my own ear wires is because I can make them more part of my design, and sometimes, like, I don't know if when you look at commercially made ear wires, sometimes they just maybe have like a little extra coil or an extra bead on them, and it's almost like too much for your handmade jewelry. So you can get a more like artisan look by making your own. So here's a few things that you're going to need to make them. First is some silver plated wire. You can also use sterling wire. This I got at the craft store. It's Beadalon's silver plated German style wire. And then you want to look for the gauge especially. And I'm using 20 gauge. That's a good standard ear wire size wire. So 20 gauge and then round. You don't want to get half round or something like that. Just go with 20 gauge round wire. And so got that. And then you can use jigs. These are some artistic wire jigs from Beadalon to help you form your ear wire shapes, or you can use a dowel. I'm going to show you both ways just for fun, so you get a couple different ideas. Okay, so this is how I started making them way back when I was in metalsmithing school. So all you're going to do is make a round loop at the end of your wire, kind of on the tiny side. Well, depending on what you want to connect to it. Like if you're connecting something like these big charm pieces or something like that, you might want to make your loop a little bit bigger. But to start out, we're just going to make kind of a tiny loop. And then I'm using a dowel rod. Don't ask me what diameter it is. I'm going to say it's like a 1/2 inch. And I'm just wrapping this thing around. And then I just use my thumb to sort of squish the end towards that front loop, really technical. And then I have my ear wire shape like so. It's the thing that's tricky about doing them like that is because now you have to make a pair. So you're going to just trim that at the end and then repeat. Now, to do the finishing, Beadalon has this thing called a cup. It's actually a cup burr or a wire rounder, and it's just this tiny tool. And what you do is you put it at the end of the wire, because if you feel that with your finger, it's kind of scratchy, and you're gonna tear up your earlobe if you leave it like that. So you use this little like wire rounder tool and just spin it, and then what that's doing is taking the edge off of your wire. The second thing you want to do is, because that's not so, it's sturdy, but you're going to be putting those things in and out. You might be squeezing them a little bit so that they stay in. The next thing you're going to do is put the round part of it on your block and then hammer it just a little bit. And I'm using a chasing hammer. You want to use the flat side of your chasing hammer. And what that's doing is work hardening your wire so that it stays nice and rigid. And now you're ready just to connect beads or charms or whatever. I've got some little pieces here that I've pre-made. But the cool thing about this is now you have made this earring from start to finish. It's completely yours. I'm going to put it on my little display here. Okay, so now let's say you want to make some with a jig. These are artistic wire jigs. They come in all different styles, let's say. My favorite is this long-legged one. And all you're going to do is put the end of your wire in the hole. And these all come with instructions. And then you're just going to turn the artistic wire jig around as you go. And then pull it off the tool. You could trim it before you pull it off. And then you would want to finish that end with the wire tool, the rounder tool. And then you would just check it a little bit and then do it more if you need to. And then now I can kind of change this up a little bit. I can make a loop at the end of the wire, or I can attach a charm. I'm just going to go ahead and make a round start of a loop, hang my little charm piece. Oops, I put it on backwards. You want to double check that you put it on the right way, so it's going to hang forward, my little turquoise charm. And then grab it with your chain nose pliers. And then wrap it around a couple times. And that's nice because it gives you a really secure connection, and it sort of adds like a little decorative, that coiled wire above your charm adds sort of a decorative element to your ear wire. And then trim it with the flush side of your cutters. And I forgot to hammer it before I did all this, but I can still do that. Make sure you've got it just how you want it. And I'm all set. And so the thing about using those jigs, you can kind of add some tweaks to it with your pliers, but the thing about using the jigs is you're going to get a consistent wrap every single time. So that's nice too. So that's your basics of making ear wires. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you'll drop us a line in the comments section or give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. See you next time.